Good evening. This is the Guyana Learning Channel's news in capsule for Tuesday, July 6, 2021. Here's a look at the top stories we will be covering. Processing facility to be established in Region 6. MHSS launches a Spanish hotline and lays a crude possible supply source for India. In the world of sports, England cricket team hit by positive COVID-19 cases. Regionally, St. Lucians to elect new government on July 26. And internationally, Egypt agrees to release a ship that blocked Suez Canal. With the news in detail, I am Lunel Singh. Agriculture development in Region 6 is expected to receive a boost from several major investments, including the establishment of a processing facility in the Blackbush Boulder. This was announced by Minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for Finance, Honorable Dr. Ashni Singh, who was at the time accompanying Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Zulfikar Mustafa, on a government outreach. During a meeting with farmers and residents at the Mibukuri Primary School on the Quarantine Coast, Minister Singh told residents that the government is in discussion with a private investor who has signaled an interest to establish a state-of-the-art processing facility in the area. Moreover, Minister Mustafa also told the residents that, in addition to the processing facility, his ministry will be constructing a packaging facility to assist farmers and agro-processors with properly packaging their produce. The minister added that allocations were made for the construction of such facilities in the 2021 budget, and his government is hoping to have 6 of those facilities constructed this year. Minister Mustafa said with the establishment of such facilities, the government intends to tap into markets in the diaspora given the demand for Guyanese commodities. He also informed the residents that the cabinet recently gave its no objection to the construction of 2 such facilities in Region 9 and that his ministry is working to have the packaging facilities in Parika rehabilitated. This, he said, will be operated through a public-private partnership. The 2 ministers will be returning to the area to conclude discussions with the investor. Once those consultations are complete, construction of the processing facility is expected to commence soon after. This was extracted and modified from the Department of Public Information. Ministry of Human Services and Social Security on Friday last launched its Spotlight initiative in Bartica, Region 7. The launch has signaled the beginning of a month of activities that will culminate in World Day Against Trafficking Persons on July 30. During the launch, Minister of Human Services and Social Security Honorable Vindhya Prasad encouraged persons to use the tip hotlines to report all cases of trafficking, as she launched the new 24-hour Spanish hotline, which will allow Spanish and Portuguese-speaking persons to report trafficking. It complements the existing hotline that caters for English-speaking persons. Minister Prasad noted that Guyana has retained its Tier 1 status due to its fulfillment of minimum standards to curb tip as announced by the U.S. State Department and lauded efforts of her CTIP department. She encouraged survivors to report and work with law enforcement agencies to have more convictions of traffickers. Members of the public are encouraged to report all suspicious tip activities to the ministry's tip hotline numbers listed below. This was extracted and modified from Newsroom. Guyana's Liza crude could become a new source of supply for India in coming years, provided that it is competitively priced. This is according to advisor for Asia-Pacific oil markets and S&P Global Platts Analytics, Limjit Yang. According to Yang, India has been diversifying its crude imports, including taking substantial volumes from the U.S. in recent months. With crude oil production from Guyana set to rise over the coming years, it will become a new source of supply for India, provided it is priced competitively. 1 million barrels of oil from the South American country was purchased by Indian Oil Company Limited over the last few days, and the cargo is now en route to the Paradip refinery in Odisha. The move by Indian refiners to snap up maiden import deals for newer crudes such as Guyana's Liza and Brazil's Tupai is a sign that one of Asia's fastest growing oil consumers is increasingly looking to diversify its feedstock basket and have steady supply source beyond the Middle East. According to S&P Global Platts, the purchases of newer crude not only highlight the growing flexibility of Indian refineries, but also that refineries are increasingly keen to making spot purchases a relatively bigger part of their portfolios in order to take advantage of the market fluctuations. Indian Oil Ministry officials said that the latest deal for Liza crude could open up the possibility of exploring long-term supply contracts with the Guyanese government, S&P Global Platts said. Laser Crude is a medium sweet grade with 32.1 API gravity and a 0.51% sulfur content, produced at the Stabroek Block in Guyana. This piece was extracted and modified from Oil Now. And now in the world of sports. England has named an inexperienced 18-man replacement squad for their ODI series with Pakistan after 3 players and 4 staff members tested positive for COVID-19. The teams were due to begin the series with an ODI in Cardiff on Thursday, but tests administered on Monday returned 7 positive results, and the rest of England's party will be required to self-isolate as a result. The new squad features 9 uncapped players. Ben Stokes returns to captain the squad, having been absent after sustaining a broken finger when playing the IPL earlier this year. This was extracted and modified from the newsroom. And now for regional news. St. Lucians will vote for a new government on July 26 after Prime Minister Alan Chastanet on Monday night ended months of speculation as to when he would seek a new mandate from the population. Chastanet said nomination day will be on July 16. The Prime Minister said that he had taken 3 matters into consideration before announcing the date, including ensuring the safety of St. Lucians during the campaign and voting, as well as allowing for schools used as voting centers to be closed. He said that there had been agreement among the 2 major political parties to adhere to the protocols and policies regarding the efforts to curb the spread of the coronavirus. Chastanet, who is leading the ruling United Workers' Party UWP into the 2nd consecutive election after guiding the party to victory in 2016 poll, winning 11 of 17 seats, with the remainder going to the St. Lucia Labour Party SLP. The opposition SLP will be contesting the polls under the leadership of former Deputy Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, who succeeded former Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony, who is also contesting. This was extracted and modified from Caribbean Loop News. And now for international news. Egypt has agreed to release the container ship that blocked the Suez Canal in March, after it agreed a compensation deal with the vessel's owner and insurers. The 2 sides said the Ever Given would be allowed on Wednesday to leave the Great Bitter Lake, the canal's midway point. The 2 sides said the Evergreen would be allowed on Wednesday to leave the Great Bitter Lake, the canal's midway point where it has been impounded. The deal's terms were not revealed, but Egypt had demanded a substantial amount of money. The 400-meter-long Ever Given became wedged across the canal after running aground amid high winds. It was freed 6 days later following a salvage operation that involved a flotilla of tugboats and dredging vessels, and during which 1 person was killed. Global trade was disrupted as hundreds of ships had to wait to pass through the 193 kilometers waterway, which connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea and provides the shortest sea link between Asia and Europe. This was extracted and modified from BBC News. With that, we've reached the end of today's broadcast of GLC News. Be sure to join us again tomorrow right here on the Guyana Learning Channel for more educational news and updates. On behalf of the technical team, thanks for watching and remember to stay safe, Guyana.